Hello unique viewers, you all are welcome back to my YouTube channel. For today's tutorial, I'll be teaching you how to make this ruffles turban. So let's move straight to the tutorial. Alright guys, the material I'll be using for this project is a raw silk fabric. And you know raw silk is stretchy on one side and on the other side is not stretchy. Some people have been asking me what this raw silk is also called. I don't know. Some people said it's called stretchy taffeta. You can go to market and ask them taffeta that is stretchy on one side. So I don't know. Alright, for the length of this fabric, it measures 16.5 inches by 13 inches. I cut it out 2 pieces. Alright, so what I'll be doing now is normally I do line, but here I didn't add lining, okay? I had to do another thing in order to make the edge of this fabric to be smooth. So that side that is not stretchy is what I'll be using for my length part. So what I'll be doing right away is I'll be folding the width, okay? That side that is stretchy, that is where I'm folding, and the side that is not stretchy, that is where I will use for my plate. All right, so we're going to fold it this way. Remember, I'm folding the plate that is stretchy, the width part. I'm going to fold it into two, make as in to hide the mouth, then you sew it down. All right, I'll be doing something to the other fabric. All right, this is the outcome of it after folding. You can see how the width part now looks. I only folded one side. You understand? Remember, I cut out two fabric. I folded only one side. So on the other material, I'm going to do something. I name it right and left. Okay. So after doing that, I'm going to start forming your pleat. Just see what I did. You see the way I hemmed the edge of that fabric so it will be neat. Okay. So after doing that, you're going to sew down. Then after doing this first pleat, you now start sewing others, as in you start forming your pleat the normal way we do form our pleat. The reason why I showed the beginning part of this pleat formation is to see how I hid the tip of the edges of my fabric. I had to show you the way I hid it, so you'll not be like, why is her own smooth? So after folding, normally you know why, so we make sure it hides those sewn parts. Okay. All right, I'm done sewing and this is the outcome. All right, so next thing I'll be doing now is I'll be forming my V pattern with this fabric. Normally I've been showing you how to do this. Is like in fact many of my turban cap base is V, so this is not a new method. Okay, so I won't be so explicit. I won't be explaining how it is, how to get this V. Just watch other videos to get more detail on how to get your perfect V shape. Okay. All right, so after forming your V shape, your V pattern, use your scissors to cut it out, fold it into two and locate the center of the V face, then you notch it. The essence of this is so the back of the cap will be equal with it. All right, the back of this turban, this is the fabric for it, and it measures 25 inches length by 11 inches width. So as usual, I'm going to fold. After folding, use your scissors to notch the center in order to locate the center of it as well. Then you're going to align it with the V face and sew. I've been doing this often and on. Please guys, if this is for your first time of coming across my video, please subscribe to my channel, and if you watch any of my video and find it helpful, don't hesitate to like, and also hit that notification bell button so you get notified whenever I post any new video. When after attaching the back to the V face, you're going to sew this edge down. All right, this is outcome of mine. You can see the way it looks. Yes. All right, so next thing I'll be doing now is to attach the handle, because remember I'm using the non-stretchy part for my turban cap base. So I cut out this fabric, and this fabric is into two, so it measures 13 inches length by 4 inches width. So I folded it this way. You can see the way it looks. I folded it like this, placed on top of each other, then use my scissors to notch this side. You can see the way it looks. Then after doing that, I'll be taking to my sewing machine. I will sew down. This is not my first time of showing you how to sew the handle. I've been doing this often and on. All right, so after doing the sewing, you turn it out. Then I'm going to hem the mouth of the handle. You can see the way it looks. All right, so I'll be going to my turban cap base. Then I'll mark out 1.5 inches, 1.5. I don't know if you get me. With your measuring tape, just mark 1.5. Then when it stopped, you're going to place the handle this way. All right, going to place it this way. Then I'll be using my pin to hold it down because I'll be taking it to my sewing machine to sew down. Please, whatever you'll be doing here, you'll be doing on the other side of the turban. Remember, I'll be joining two handles. So I'm going to sew it round like this. Going to sew it round. So I'll be doing same thing on the other side of it. Going to measure the same 1.5, then attach. So you can see the way it looks. Okay. All right. So after doing this, I'm going to fold the turban this way. Then notch, sorry, not notch. You're going to use your pin to hold it down for beginners. But if it's easy for you, if you have been doing this, there's no need using your pin to do it. But normally in my videos, I make it to be so simple for beginners as well. So once you're done doing this, you're going to use the scissors to cut it out. After cutting it to get a sharp curve, then you're going to sew it, do your running stitch as usual to form your gathers. So I'll set this aside. No need showing all those parts because you already know how to do it. If you are still confused on how to get that, check out my other videos. So this material will be used for the top design, and the length measures 58 inches by 20.5 inches width. Please, if your satin fabric or any fabric you are using is up to 60 inches, use it. Don't tamper with it, okay? I just used my full length of my raw silk fabric. I just removed that rough edge, that's the tip of the rough edge. That's what I just removed. I used my scissors to cut it off. Then once I finish that, you'll be folding it into two this way. You can see, make sure that this edge is equal. Make it to be equal, please. Then once you're done doing that, use a measuring tape to mark 9 inches. 9 inches. All right, you can see it. There's a reason for this. I'll be placing this fabric, this material. Some people call it wadding, some people call it breast pad. I don't know, but it's very light. It's very soft. It's not thick. This is not the thick breast pad. This is the soft one, very soft. And the length measures 49 inches. 49 inches by 10 inches width. 49 inches by 10 inches width. Remember, the material there, down there, the green one measures 20.5. So I'll be using 5 inches as the sewing allowance. Then it will remain 20 inches. That's why this white fabric the width is 10 inches. I don't know if I've made myself clear. All right. So I'll be adjusting it this way and arrange the fabric. Then also I'll be using my pin to tack this wadding down to it because I'll be sewing it down. I don't know if you get me. I'll be sewing everything down. So guys, this is the outcome. You can see the way it looks. Yes, this is the outcome. So I'll be turning everything out. Once I'm done turning out, I'll start forming my design. See how I hid that rough part. You can see the way it looks. So just make it to be like this. Yes. All right. Just note that part. You can see the place where my wadding stopped. That's where I'll be stopping my pleats. I've shown you guys how to form pleats off and on. So I won't be taking much time to form this here. Just form your normal pleats. There are many pleats on my channel. This is not my first time forming pleats. So just form your pleat this way. Then remember, you're going to stop that spot, that particular spot where you placed your wadding. Then I'll be tacking this point. Okay, I'll tack that point, and also I will tack this point, that particular place where your wadding stopped. I will tack it, and this is how it looks. All right, now the design itself, guys, please pay attention so you understand how I got that will I call it rugged ruffles. Like it's like a rugged, I don't know how to explain it, but that's how I got the ruffles. Okay, you know there are many patterns of ruffles, but this is how I got the one on in this video. So I'll be forming my running stitch up and down. Please watch carefully. I will do my running stitch up, down, and up. Don't know if you get me. I'm using my needle and thread to do that, so just watch the way I'll be doing it. So when you get to this point, please hem the edge of this part. I've done that with my sewing machine. So I'll be dragging everything down. You can see the way it looks. Once you get to the last part of the fabric, you adjust, because by then your long thread must have been as exhausted. So what you'll be doing now is to form the last plate. So just watch the way I form the last plate. Just pick everything down, the normal running stitch method, and you end it at the tip of the fabric. All right, so guys, you drag and drag and drag. If you find it difficult, just pick it in between lines, but make sure you don't spoil your thread by tearing it off, because once you do that, it means you start from beginning. Okay, just take it easy and drag from center till you get to the end of your fabric. So this will help you to get that huge ruffle. You can see the way it looks, to help you get that. I call it rugged ruffles, like rugged ruffle. So this is my cap base and I'm done with it. Remember the way we formed it, so I'll be placing it on my dummy head so I'll be able to attach the design. All right, so guys, next thing I'll be doing now, please, once you're done, don't tie your thread. Just leave that thread. Okay, at this point, fold it this way I just did it, and use your needle and thread to tack it down. Remember that edge is rough. Don't know if you get me. If you can remember very well, you see that that edge is very rough. So I'm going to fold it this way and you're going to tack it down. You can see the way mine is neatly done. All right, so I'll be attaching it now to my dummy head. So I won't be talking much here. Just watch the way I do the tacking. I'll be using my pins first as a guide. I'll be using my office pins as a guide. Then later I'll be using my needle and thread to do the tacking. All right, just place your design on the dummy head, then use your pin to hold this part down first. It will give you a guide on how to form your ruffles. All right, so guys, watch the way I now do the finished part of the ruffles. So at this point, guys, you can see I'm done doing everything. So I'll start tacking every point where I used my pin to hold down. Start doing tacking. Make sure you tack down and also tack this point and this down part, okay? And once you're done doing that, know you are done with your designing. You can apply your applique, embellishment, stones the way you want, and that's the end of this tutorial. Thanks for joining me up to this time. I love you all. See you next time.